Hi everybody, it's February 2017. It's another edition of the Airdrie Angel program. Michelle, we talked before this one, and this one's definitely a little bit more difficult. From the time when our recipient was nominated to today, she's left us, and knowing that she's left her husband and two children. And part of the reason why we started this program is because we're very fortunate. We have a healthy life and we have healthy children. And to know that these two little girls aren't going to have their mom is heartbreaking to us.
Yeah. So what happened was she was nominated for the Airdrie Angel program and was suffering from cancer. She was nominated by her home care nurse. And when we first got in touch with her husband, he said, and speaking with the home care nurse as well, they basically said it was anywhere from a couple of hours to a couple of days. It was really at the very end. So it's a tough one because we've had recipients that have passed away beforehand, but not before we were able to give them the package or put together everything. So. And this one's a bit unique because her wishes were to be buried back in her home country of the Philippines. So, of course, going through the cancer treatments and a young family, finances have been tight, and they are going to be flying back to the Philippines to take her body and bury her at home. So this month, instead of the regular package that we do, we were actually able to put together donations that we've received from different people in the community, and we can cover their rent for 2 months while they're away in the Philippines. So relieve that stress from them. And
that was one of the hard things for Richard. Was he was afraid going back for 2 months. How was he going to maintain the apartment? So when he comes home, his little girls have a place to
stay. And what's really cool is Pink Wand, of course, heard the story and said, well, have them let us know when they're coming home, and we'll go in and we'll clean it right before. And Summer Hill Florist, of course, always donates a bouquet of flowers, and they're going to make sure there's a beautiful bouquet of flowers for the family as well. So it's a different story, different package than normal, but we're really glad that we could do this for this family. So we'll go to the call, and we'll hear the conversation with Marie and Richard and what he had to say.
Richard, as you know, Jay, who was working with your wife, had nominated your wife for the Airdrie Angel program, but of course on speaking with you and knowing that her time was near, we changed it so that the whole family could be the recipient of the program. The first thing that we'd like to do for your daughters, Richard, is to give them 2 angel wing necklaces. These will serve as a reminder, hopefully, of their mom and how wonderful the time that they had with her was.
Yeah.
These necklaces are available thanks to Michelle Carr and her friends and family. I know that when I spoke to you earlier, you mentioned that your wife's wishes were to be buried back home in the Philippines. Is that still the case?
Yes, you're right, yeah.
So I know that will create a significant financial burden for you, and that you are planning to be away for a couple of months and then come back. Is that still right?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Okay, so what we've done is to try and ease some of your burden, we've put together 2 months' rent for you. I'd like to pay your rent for the 2 months that you're away in the Philippines.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Now that donation is an amalgamation of several sponsors. So we have Warnock, Raft, Gerber and Company, BMO, Kingsview Market, an anonymous donor, and then we have some funds that we're using from some of our fundraising events that we do. One is Daddy Daughter Hair Day and the other is Angel Lift Day. So those together will pay your 2 months rent for you.
Thank you.
Now, I know that when you come home, it's going to be a difficult transition for you and your children. And so what we'd like to do is when you are ready to come home, we'd like to send in the Pink Wand cleaning services to your rental suite and have them come in and clean it for you. And that's from the Pink Wand cleaning services. And the other thing we'd like to do is just have a bouquet of flowers there for you when you arrive home. And that will be donated from Summer Hill Florist.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and the last thing, Richard, that we have for you is $500 in cash. We're just going to give that to you to use however will be most helpful for you at this time.
Yeah, if there is some financial support, yeah, it's really big for me. Big help, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that, Richard. On behalf of everyone associated with the Airdrie Angel program, we want to express our sincere condolences to you on the loss of your wife.
Yeah,
and to let you know we wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for everything.
Well, that was a difficult call for Richard. When Marie spoke to him, his wife had actually just passed away a couple of days before that. So you can hear the grief in his voice. But Richard, we just want to send our love to you and your two daughters, and we really hope that your trip to the Philippines is healing and helps bring closure around the passing of your wife.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine making that trip back home. So, but this is exactly, as I said earlier, what this program's about. And if anybody's out there, that if you have stories that you know someone that's struggling, or just listen to the program, watch the program, share the program. The more people that know about the program, the more we can grow, the more families we can help, like these three. And again, that's what the program's all about.